How's everybody doing on this gray day? Hanging in there?
We came here.
That's right. We did too. So welcome to the Unitarian Coastal Fellowship. This is a place where many paths meet, where we honor the rich tapestry of spiritual traditions, and where all are welcome to responsibly explore their own connection to the sacred. I am Karen Baggett, your worship leader this morning, and I use she, her pronouns. I am joined by Maria Lundgren as worship associate. Thank you to our accompanist, Megan Smith, and Susan Roberts and Dan Phillips, making magic on AV and Zoom this morning. If you are visiting us for the first or second time today, would you raise your hand that we may welcome you? Seeing none. So we won't be taking the microphone around except to hear who's on Zoom.
The people meeting with us on Zoom today are Lauren, Captain Ron, and Barb Thomas.
Let's wave to the folks on Zoom. We have some announcements today. Our UCF choir will be meeting next Sunday, August 17th at 9 a.m. in room 7 of the Sally B. White Center. Please see me after the service today if you are interested in adding your voice to our mix, as I will need your email to keep you up to date. Also, the worship team is getting ready to take a 12-session training on worship for transformation provided by the UUA staff. We will do some of the sessions at home on our own and some together in person, retreat style. If you've been thinking about being on the worship team, now is a wonderful time to join us. The first retreat workshop is this coming Saturday, August 16th. If you are interested, email Reverend Leslie at lrunnels@ucfnc.org or see me after the service today. And now we will center ourselves here in sacred space and let music deepen the way.
Our opening words are by Shel Silverstein. If you are a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer, if you're a pretender, come sit by my fire. For we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in, come in. And now let us speak these words as one. Come, let us worship together. And our chalice lighting words are by Betts Weinecke. May this flame, symbol of transformation since time began, fire our curiosity, strengthen our wills, and sustain our courage as we seek what is good within and around us. We also light our peace candle to remind ourselves that peace is a process that requires work. That peace is not merely an absence of conflict, but the presence of justice.
And now please rise in body or spirit for our hymn of the month, number 123, Spirit of Life. We will sing it through twice. If you would like to add harmony the second time through, you can look in the gray hymnal or go ahead and improvise.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots only close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots only close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Each week, we make some space and time to be human and celebrate our joys and grieve our sorrows together. Should you wish to share a personal joy or sorrow about a person or persons in your life, there is paper to fill out and place in the basket on the way to the chalice. After our ritual, I will read these personal joys and concerns to the congregation. You may now line up over by the wall or here in this aisle and select stones or shells from the basket to represent your joys and concerns and gently place them into the chalice of water. We welcome your joys and sorrows with our stones and water ritual. We continue to hold in our hearts the people of Palestine who are in desperate need of humanitarian aid as they struggle with the horrific conditions created by war. From Joellen, John and Janine Brobst grandson Kyle Essex passed away this week from a heart attack and COPD. Kyle lived his 46 years valiantly, being born with spina bifida and many physical problems. We're sorry for your loss. For all survivors of sexual assault and grooming, may they recover and may the perpetrators be held accountable. Thank you. May we treat our Latino guests with dignity and not align ourselves with tyrants. From Adam. Dan and Joellen's granddaughter, Brianna Phillips, has just graduated with honors from the PA program at Duke. It is good to have a PA in the family, and I'm glad to hear they could be there for the celebration. And from Wendy, thoughts with Jason as he drives a U-Haul from Texas to move his mom here. Also from Wendy, prayers for my mom as she heals, still in the hospital. She is in Greenville. Our prayers are with you. And Sarah Grenier shares that she has an art show open at the Bogue-Banks Library. The reception is August 19th at 10 a.m. See Sarah for further details. It's going to be wonderful. Thank you. And now it's time for our Time for All Ages. And we hope the children and some childlike grown-ups will come and join in doing this dance. You know, this service is called Invitation to the Dance of Life. So here we go. All right, ready for the hokey pokey?
Show us how to do it.
Come on up. All right, ready?
Nation! Put your left foot in, put your left foot out, put your left foot in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Put your right foot in, put your right foot out, put your right foot in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left hand in, put your left hand out, you put your left hand in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your right hand in, put your right hand out, put your right hand in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left shoulder in, put your left shoulder out, put your left shoulder in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your right shoulder in, put your right shoulder out, put your right shoulder in and shake it all about. Do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your head in, you put your head out, you put your head in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your whole self in, you put your whole self out, put your whole self in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your whole self in, whole self out, whole self in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Now I've got my 2.5 minutes of exercise I can do every morning. Okay, it's time to sing the children to their religious education classes with the blessing song. Thank you, drummers.
Mark helps.
Yay. Thank you for singing along. It sounded wonderful. And of course, Megan always sounds wonderful. Well, you've just heard one of my favorite, all-time favorite songs, Song of the Soul by Chris Williamson. A song so full of invitations for all of us, one verse at a time. This morning, I would like to unpack those invitations and take a closer look together. Hopefully learn something about ourselves in the process. First, a bit of history of how I came to know this music. In 1971, I moved from Michigan to Maine, looking for an alternative school where I could continue to teach. I was very fortunate to find one almost immediately, along with lots of open hearts and homes to help me survive on a minimum wage of $60 a week while I followed my heart. And my parents fixed my car. In the process, I made many new friends, and some of them took me along to a festival of lesbian songwriters and performers in Boston. Truthfully, I can't remember if I heard Chris in person, but I certainly learned about her then. Her album, The Changer and the Changed, was released in 1975 and sold 500,000 copies, the best-selling independent record from 1975 to 1990. And I recently discovered her on Facebook, where she performs a monthly concert, where tips are appreciated. And it's under Chris, C-R-I-S, Williamson Music on Facebook. So here we go. Love of my life, I am crying. I am not dying, I am dancing. Dancing along in the madness. There is no sadness, only a song of the soul. I do agree that this life contains lots of madness, but it is hard to agree that there is no sadness. We experience loss, we become unhealthy, we are disinterested or dispirited by what we see around us. Can we find an even keel as we sail on these choppy waters, or ride the roller coaster, or one of 100 other idioms? Chris says there is no sadness, only a song of the soul. Let's see what she invites us to do so that we can truly sing out a song of the soul. First, she asks us, what do you do for a living? Are you forgiving, giving shelter? Maybe you have been on the receiving end of the gift of shelter, as I often was when I lived in Maine. Opportunities to house sit or pay a minimal rent, a place to camp for the summer, an offer of a spare room for a few months. On the other side, I have only given shelter in the sense of a physical place in a few instances, but I feel that I have given the shelter of the heart at many different times, short-term sharings or long-term enduring friendships. I hope you can identify with connections like these. She then invites us to follow your heart. Love will find you. Truth will unbind you. Easier said than done, right? Follow your heart to a meaningful career in darn long hours, a boss who's too bossy, too much bureaucracy. Follow your heart to a loving relationship leading to cohabitation. And dang it all, they leave their socks on the floor and dirty cups in the sink. Follow your heart to create a communal garden and holy compost. Some folks aren't pulling their weight or the weeds. How the heck does Chris think we can pull this follow your heart stuff off without becoming disheartened? Well, she says that love will find you. Truth will unbind you. Could it be that she wants us to lead with love and be honestly engaged in these situations, to learn from each other and grow? Not easy, is it? But while we try, let's think of it as singing a song of the soul while we dance along in the madness. Okay? Maybe? Next, she invites us, in my very favorite line of this song, to come to your life like a warrior. Nothing will bore you. You can be happy. I think that's my mantra. For me, this feels like a way of being. Are you letting life guide you? Or are you guiding your life like a warrior? There's a charming young girl, age 9 or so, on Facebook who's always dressed for adventure. Khaki clothing, safari hat, canteen, hiking boots, and she always knows where she's headed. It is lots of fun to see how wholeheartedly she embraces her newest plan. Are you interested in new information, new friendships, new adventures, or are you playing it safe, afraid of change? A few years ago in Asheville, I saw a tip jar on the counter at the old Woolworths. Get it out. Fear of change? Leave it here. Maybe we need one of these on our kitchen counter here. You can also be a warrior in protecting your worth, yourself, not allowing others to put you in a box, and heaven forbid, leave you there. Or you can be a warrior fighting for justice for all people, challenging the powers that be to keep our air and waters clean, envisioning a new day. In all of these ways of being, I see a lot of warriors here in this sanctuary. Will you add, you can be happy, to your warrior endeavors? And how does Chris suggest that we do this? Be happy. She says, "Let in the light, it will heal you, and you can feel you," and sing out a song of the soul. On 2 occasions recently, 2 of my very closest friends expressed to me how they let in the light. One said that in our current political chaos, her morning yoga practice was helping her mental state remain healthy. Breathe in, breathe out. Recently, while I was back in Maine, another friend who was going through a major life change after living on the same property for almost 50 years was contemplating having to leave that lovely place. She shared that she would not be able to survive if she did not have her daily morning practice of yoga and meditation. Let in the light, it will heal you. Though I do not do this often enough, I know that time I spend at the ocean or walking on trails, alone or with a friend, brings me the gift of peace. And it's a gift that I'm then choosing to give myself. I hope that you all have a way to find comfort and guidance in peaceful moments, to help you while you sway, spin, and whirl on the dance floor of life. Song of the soul can mean many things. I hate to admit that I had to ask Google, and AI gave some possible answers. 1, a deep, authentic inner expression that resonates with one's truest self and spiritual journey. 2, the voice that points toward your truest self, as opposed to the external voices dictating what you should do. 3, the music that has charted the steps of a spiritual journey and can provide a touchstone in the soul's dark night. 4, a deeply personal form of paying attention to the world and one's inner experience. And lastly, Williamson also connects it to the process of songwriting itself, describing it as making something beautiful from nothing, creating sound out of silence, and singing songs out of the soul. Which of Chris's invitations will you accept as you are dancing along in the madness? Will you follow your heart? Come to your life like a warrior? Nothing will bore you. Let in the light? Or all of the above? You can be happy, so why not sing out a song of the soul? Thank you.
Let us deepen into silence for a time of meditation and the prayers of your own heart. We will begin with 5 deep breaths, which I will lead. Enter into silence for a few minutes, and music will bring us out of the meditation. First breath. With each breath, we connect with our precious bodies. Second breath. With each breath, we share air molecules with our neighbors. Third breath. With each breath, we bless the trees with carbon dioxide. Fourth breath. With each breath, we are subsumed in the realm of spirit. Fifth breath. With each breath, we remember the privilege of being alive.
And now, please rise as you are willing and able to sing together hymn number 311 in the gray hymnal. What else but let it be a dance? Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Let a dancing song be heard. Play the music, say the words, and fill the sky with sailing birds. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Learn to follow, learn to lead. Feel the rhythm, feel the need. To reap the harvest, plant the seed. Let it be a dance. Everybody turn and spin. Let your body learn to bend. And like a willow with the wind. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it Where are we? Let it be a dance. Be a dance. Let it be a dance. We start. Let the sunshine, let it rain. Share the laughter, share the pain. And when we go let it be a dance. Okay. Thank you.
Every month, we share the plate with a community organization. This month's recipient is ULACAN, which stands for the Union of Latinos in Eastern North Carolina. They provide services for mental health support, education, translation, advocacy, and so much more that the Latino, Latina, Latinx communities need, especially during this new administration. Please give generously in this time when Latino communities are facing so many challenges. Please join in blessing this offering with hymn number 402, From You I Receive. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Please join me in reading our chalice extinguishing words. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And now en español. Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad, o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón hasta que estemos juntos otra vez.
It is our UCF tradition to join hands and form anything close to a circle. However, if you prefer not to, or if moving is not what you need right now, please remain in the center of the circle, and we'll surround you with our presence and love. Stretch, stretch.
They're stretching you a bit.
I am going to add a few words to these words by Reverend Scott Taylor. Go with faith, not the kind that is called to move mountains, but the quieter sort that calls us to take the first step, even when the whole staircase sits beyond our view, even when the whole dance floor sits beyond our view. And as we move toward the unseen, may we notice that the way unfolds only as we risk traveling it. And may we remember and trust that on this journey, we are never alone. Amen. Go in peace, return in love.
Jerry Grant. And she then sold those houses. And her first place was and under the kids' and people would open the door with a security guard